This is off-road mission control, notifying Central MCP. We have lost contact.
Yeah.
We gon' rock a little something like this. We gon' rock a little something like this. We gon' rock a little something like this. We gon' rock a little something like this.
I don't wanna ill, I just wanna chill and keep my hand around $100 bill. I don't wanna ill, I just wanna chill and keep my hand around a. Check it out. Sitting and thinking about the time I wrote 4 stacks of rhymes for dimes. Made me wanna go back to doing crimes on the corner. But the street life hotter than a sauna. So I don't think I'm gonna bust the fact I was born a nigga to hit the land with the mic in hand and SP and get it like Dizzy Gillespie. And this is how I do, not 3 or 2, but 1 nigga from Queens full of hip hop fiends all over. Gas a honey up to let me unclothe her. And this time around, check how I get down as I go the extra mile, raise a call loud. Born up in Harlem. Ever since I've been destined for stardom. So move over, bacon. It's the anti-faking, beat making nigga that makes the earthquake and let the man push through. Others are left without a clue. Lost professor in the house 1, 2. I don't wanna ill, I just wanna chill and keep my hand around $100 bill. I don't wanna ill, I just wanna chill and keep my hand around a. Check it out. About as deadly as a 9, here to rock mankind like a landmine with the ill shit that I designed. Professor, keep sucker chump crews under pressure like this girl I know. But yo, I can't stress her cause I'm cool like that. Matter of fact, even cooler, opposite of sun cooler. Nothing to do with a ruler and keener. You can catch me joyriding on Casino as I keep the competition mind up in between her. Rocking a hard place and just like a car chase, I'm action packed with the drama of Scarface. I'm real, honey, you hit me off with a meal and I'm out so I can get me a stout. What's it all about? Trying to stack off a contract, jack, and stay black. Long as I can keep that intact, ain't a damn thing stopping. The one that keep it hopping, do the one to what I'm dropping. I don't wanna ill, I just wanna chill and keep my hand around $100 bill. I don't wanna ill, I just wanna chill and keep my hand around a. Check it out. So strap up for the return of the brother that earned props. But this time I got to get more burn hops. So record company, man, please give me a push so I can swing the higher levels of life. Like your kids and wife, and I'll deliver. For a while I didn't give her. Frustrated for fucking with the snakes that sliver. But nevertheless, in 3D's lost profess with what I would call a bullshit true vest. And yes, I make the beats you can feel in your chest and write the rhymes that reflect a young man blessed with the mind and motivation. Hitting your station, coming back to attack or for ghetto vacations for the hip-hop nation. Okay. I don't wanna ill.
Okay.
Welcome back to another month of industry news. This time, things are a little different. We first have to address the elephant in the room. With the recent announcement from America, the cost of companies producing and bringing products to the US has gone up significantly, and different companies have reacted differently. Some, like Logitech, have simply cranked up their pricing, with a Superlight 2 now costing $180 for all regions. While the mouse regularly can be bought under this price, even as of now, this is still an indication of things. For some, like Passmith and X-Ray Pad, they simply no longer ship to the US. Some smaller brands have halted production entirely. Impressively, some like Tegu have managed to keep the prices relatively stable in the US, offsetting the cost with international taxes. Of course, for brands that have their production outside of China like Artisan, they are mostly unaffected. The situation is still ongoing, but we expect more brands to either stop selling in the US or increase prices, especially as they churn through their current supply. For everything that we are going to cover in the following months, we will be using the stated MSRP for non-US countries available on their website. American viewers may want to skip this month's issue in case you find something interesting, just to find out they don't ship to the States. And for the rest of the world, Intermice, Our favorite source of leaks, FCC filings, have shown that 22 versions of the Pulsar 10 mouse have been registered. We can't even imagine enough combinations for 22. Even with 3 sizes, 2 colorways, and a left-handed version for each, that's still only 12. Maybe potential colorways are coming. Not so much of a leak, but the Faxi XE V2 was spotted in the wild used by CS Pro Grim. A release should be around the corner, and on a side note, it does speak to the quality of their products that they managed to get so many CS Pro off Saoi and QCKs. Speaking of tournaments, there are more upcoming releases seen of them. First with pictures of the Death Adder V4 we talked about last month, used by CS Pro Nico. Then a potential Viper V4. The angle of the mouse makes it quite hard to confirm whether it is the same shape, with some claiming that it is flatter than the Viper. Seconds chat does claim that it's just a Viper V3, but it is really hard to believe their word when Razer calls Nico's mouse a prototype with the exact same colorway. For those confused about the colorway, it is likely their attempt in hiding the shape, much like what you see new test cars have on the Nürburgring. However, it doesn't work on the mouse as well as it does on McLaren. Much more exciting news, new potential Logitech releases are leaked on the Chinese forum, with a Superlight 2 Mini being spotted called the Superlight 2C, seen in marketing material. The mouse is a claimed smaller GPX at 53 grams. Other than that, a G305 titled Trek was also seen. The caption above says lightweight. Could this be a lighter version or just a re-release? Now into the quickfire round. Razer with a vertical productivity mouse called the ProClick V2. Definitely not for gaming, but it does look quite comfortable. G-Rules continues to geek out on Twitter, this time claiming that if you don't find their buttons comfortable, you might need acupuncture therapy. Saoi with the ECDW 4K line. Nothing much, just 4K pulling on a shape that has been done much better by other brands. ATK back with the X1S and SE, their ultra budget versions coming in at $20 and $30 respectively, both at 54 grams, locked to 1K pulling, and using a cheaper high silicon MCU. The X1 SE has a claimed 3395 SE, which is a sensor that does not exist and is most likely a 3335, and the X1S has a 3395. Then we have Chilkey, known more for their keyboards, with the Glacier LW8K, their first mouse. 3950, 8K wireless, Nordic MCU 49 grams. Nothing too crazy other than the visible LCD display. Okay, that is a little crazy. Pretty middle of the road price at $90 as well. Lastly, Ari is still kicking around, posting more images of their redesigned RCC1. We are most likely still a long way from the mouse being available, but I do support their attempts as a fellow Hong Konger. Now into mousepads. Artisan has updated their Hayate also to the V2. They claim a more stable glide by reducing static electricity buildup on the surface. Apparently static can do that. It is also the same type of thread used on their newly released Key 83. Overall the glide remains mostly the same, however they do claim a faster glide in extremely low humidity environments. The GlassPad Roundup is back again with Frost this month around, starting with the Asus Gear UV, then the Rosa collection from Passmith, and lastly the Empress V2 Balanced, also from Passmith. In the keyboards, we have the KB65HG 8K from Endgame Gear. As the name suggests, it is a small spec bump to use 8K polling. And interestingly, it does not feature switches from Gateron or TTC, but Razer's silent switches. Very interesting as we have not seen silent switches in the Hall effect scene so far. For a quick comparison, the original 1K version uses KS37Bs from Gateron, and more interestingly, any mentions of ducky keycaps have been removed on the new 8K. Regardless, the new 8K is available at $140, competitive just like its predecessor. And that's all the news for April 2025. Welcome back to the record books. Finally, someone other than Maddie is setting scores this month around. Starting off with Jasper with a 1706.6 on VT 1 more 2 targets more advanced, the first to hit 1700. Xianlo also back with a 1976 on multi-shot 180 advanced, barely missing the 2000 mark and leading by over 100 points. Zapatic with a 4404 on Snake Track advanced. Safe to say he owns the scenario with a 100-point lead. Asura dethrones Maddie on VT Raw Control offense with a 45-69, beating Maddie by a mere 22 points. Clover with a 36-10 on PGTI for TIG, the first to hit 3600. It would also be important to note that there's less than 10 scores even past 3000 on this scenario. However, Maddie's scores are unaffordable as his dominance continues. As for benches, we have a 7-11 on VT Pentabounce offense, the first 700 and leading by 30 points. A small improvement on VT Control TS offense with a 590.8, leading by almost 4 kills. Another 590 on VT Drift TS offense, also leading by 4 kills. He also set a few scores on other popular scenarios. A standout one is a 136 on SOM TS for TIG, widening the gap to 6 kills. And lastly, a 39.92 on VT Air Offense, choking the 4K on the S4 scenario. That's all the workers for April 2025. Links to all files are in the description. Check them out.